welcome to First 7-Inch Club episode 241. First 7-Inch Club is a podcast where we dig up 7 inches from the past within the realms of hardcore, punk, and metal and discuss whether or not they're worth being remembered. We also provide facts and trivia that we get from the internet and our own personal experiences. We do our own research on the show, so sometimes we get stuff wrong here and there, but that's the way life works these days. I'm currently in fear of dying from eating my dinner because Scott just told me there's some kind of breakout. So there's more important things to worry about than stupid hardcore people getting stupid facts wrong when they're 40 years old. I am Mike, and with me is Scott.
Mike, the comedy news channel on YouTube, Some More News, it confirmed all the things that I ranted about last week about how, fast food and all the small pleasures that we tried to enjoy have been taken away from us, even in this final hour of capitalism. That they're really screwing up because these are these are kind of like what's the kind of capitalist who just does the asset stripping, like where they just buy private equity.
Yeah.
We've been taken over entirely by private equity, and they're just asset stripping the whole country. They're just like taking it down to the timbers.
Yep. And
selling everything out and not leaving anything. So broke people won't have shit. We can't have anything. We can't have anything nice. And then on top of that, there's this outbreak. So even if you wanted to go Taco Bell right now, your taco is going to be nothing. They're going to give you like a shell with beef in it because everything else can have cyclospora on it, and it's going to give you the shits. And for me, it's like the warnings that they're giving. They're like, oh, if you get the cyclospora, you might get the runny poops. And it's like, so what? If you go to,
you're gonna get that from fast food anyway. So.
If you go to Chipotle, you're gonna get the runny poops. It's fine. Oh. But yeah, if you eat lettuce, avocado, cilantro, anything leafy or fresh, that's it. You're getting the shits tonight. So you bought that salad, you're fucked.
That's what I had for lunch too. So I'm gonna get them double. I had the diet bowl from Chipotle for lunch. First time I've had Chipotle in probably like 15 years, and now I'm gonna die.
Well, we're being robbed of our pleasures by the K-shaped economy, and you're going to be K-shaped in that bathroom trying to get some kind of relief.
That's fine.
Also, real quickly, Mike and I made a little appearance in print.
Yep.
If you like print, if you like to buy, if you like to spend money to read instead of just listening to us for free, you can pick up the No Limit on the Words zine. And boy, there's all words. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect that. I expected to, like zine format, but this is literature. This guy, he's put out a very, you're going to really have a nice morsel to sink your teeth into. There's a lot to read. He did interviews with our friends from Spirit Killer and multiple places because they ended up in being reviewed at the end. And also, I think Charles is in the Endicott article.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't get to read it yet, but I cannot wait to read what the guys from Cutthroat have to say about the world. It's going to be some. I think it's going to be kind of like the two ends of humanity, because it's like RJ's at one end and he's kind of like a music guy, and then Brian's at the other end and he's kind of like a murdering people guy, like killing people guy. That should be pretty interesting. So yeah, check out No Limit on the Words, and like I said, me and Mike, we make a little jump scare appearance at the end.
Yeah.
If you weren't ready for it, so you got to check that out. You can, if you're local, you can stop into my store.
Yep.
And you can pick them up right there.
And you'll be able to find out about my 5 favorite Albany hardcore adjacent records. So
yeah.
And you'll never get that information anywhere else. So you better go pick it up. I
don't think you'll ever guess the one that I picked either. I think if you took a really long time to sit down and think, you would not guess the record.
I read it, and I would not have guessed what Scott picked. So.
You still won't be guessing it. You'd be like, no, this is a lie. This is made up. But I assure you, it's all real. It's all real.
You can reach us at first7inchclub@gmail.com, or go to our Instagram at first7inchclub, or more importantly, go to our Patreon at patreon.com/first7inchclub. I believe. No, we're still doing it in the order where you get the Patreon episode first. So yes, you'll if you're already a subscriber, you'll be hearing a Patreon episode before you hear this episode. But I think it's going to be a little more spaced out, maybe by a couple days now. I don't know, but we're doing a new format here, so who knows? But yeah, you get a couple new episodes a month. You get to fill our coffers with some walking around money.
Yeah,
to go buy more poison salad for me to die. So, I mean, basically, you're getting rid of me quicker by giving to the Patreon. So please go subscribe to the Patreon. One of the other bonuses you get is your name shouted out once a month, and that is today. So you're going to get your name shouted out in a minute, but I won't go into that yet. But yeah, check it out. And we're going to be recording after this our Patreon episode, which we're going to be covering the 1989 film Banned by Roberta Findlay. That is punk adjacent. So this is an Equalizer punk episode.
Yeah.
And, check it out because it's I think it's not a very highly seen movie, and it's on Tubi, of course, but it's also, if you don't want to deal with the ads, it's also on YouTube. Pretty good quality on YouTube too. So you could make your choice. But before we get into the shout outs, I have one more boring thing besides the shout out. So this is going to be very boring, and I'm sorry for people who want the real funny banter. But I even when I'm not looking for help, usually the listeners will help me out with a quandary. And so this is a quandary that I have that I know no one is going to be able to help me out. But on the 1% chance somebody can help me out, it would be amazing. But I think I've mentioned for the past few weeks that I'm having problems ripping records. And I'm going to explain what the problem is, just in case anybody has dealt with this and knows how to fix it, because I am fucking stumped because none of it makes any sense. There's 0 sense to be made here, but so I usually rip records the normal way that normal people have done it for years now. I have like a cord that's USB to whatever input I need for the record player. It has all of them, and you just put the USB in, and you go into Audacity, and you hit record, and it rips the record. So if you've ripped records before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody else could probably tune out for a few minutes, because you're not going to be any help to me if you don't know how to rip records. So all of a sudden, this thing is happening where the sound like cuts out. It's kind of like almost like if it's clipping. It's almost if it's like maybe like the needle was bad, like it got dust on it. Like this, it gets like shittier quality, and it kind of the music fades out a little. Like it's weird. And I explained this on the show before, and so I tested it out last week. I was like, I'm gonna fix whatever's going on. I got to figure out, what I need to fix it. So I bought like a new, because I was like, it has to be the wiring in this fucking, cheap $10 cord I've been using forever. So I bought a new one. I bought the same brand, which is probably stupid, but I bought the same brand. It's still doing it, but I figured some things out. I've eliminated many easy to fix problems. So I'm only left with hard problems of how to fix this. So what I've noticed after listening to the same 7-inch about 47 times in a row, over and over again, ripping it over and over again, is that the song, no matter how many times I rip it, will always break down at the same moments. So I'm like, this has to be like an Audacity problem or something. Like this can't be. If it was just like a chord problem or a computer problem or anything, it would be random. It would just be breaking down all over the place. Like if there was some memory leak or something, like I feel like it would be all over the place. Like it wouldn't just be uniform every single time. So I was like, fuck it, it's probably an Audacity problem. Let me use Reaper. So I ripped it with Reaper. Same exact thing. It cuts out in the same exact spaces. So I'm just like, I don't fucking know. Maybe it's the record player. I don't know. The only other like thing I tried that was any help is my girlfriend has a Mac, and I used GarageBand, and that was fine. But so I don't know if it's like, I don't know if Windows had like some update that fucked everything up, and I have to go into some kind of internal sound card to fix something. I don't know if they like fucked up the sampling rate, and the sampling rate is fucked up with the Audacity and blah blah blah. But I changed sampling rates too. It does the same thing. I've tried every single kind of like modification in Audacity to fix it, and nothing is working. And like I said, it's very weird that it's uniform, and it's only through Audacity. Like because I usually record with the monitor off, the Audacity monitor off, and I have it playing through a speaker, and it sounds fine when you listen to any record on a speaker, but once you listen to it in Audacity with the monitor on, it just fucks up in every single possible spot. I have a couple more things I need to try, but I spent like a good 3 hours of my day trying to figure out what was going on. So I'm taking a little hiatus because I don't have as much free time as I used to. I used to have a job where I could just like leave whenever I want for like 8 years. So like, and now I have a normal job where they're like, you can't leave whenever you want. So I'm like, my free time is precious, and I don't want to spend another 3 more hours trying to figure this out anytime soon. I have a couple more things I want to try. I don't know if any of them work. So if anybody has had this very unique problem and you have managed to fix it, please let me know. Because it is driving me insane. But until then, I'm going to use this hiatus to probably, for us, and this will benefit the listeners too, so maybe you don't want to help me, but I'm going to use this time to maybe we'll do episodes on records that I was probably never going to buy anyways. So we'll be doing some more like legendary bands that I would never be able to afford their first 7-inch or anything. So you have that to look forward to, I guess. But I would really like for somebody to help me, because like my solutions are digging up my spider-filled old record player from under my bed that's been sitting there since the day I moved in, that I'm sure is filled with creepy crawlies and stuff like that. And that sucks because it's a shitty old record player. And I read about some other kind of weird software that I have some hope for, but outside of that, I don't. And I might fuck with like the volume, because there's one thing I didn't do was like fuck with the volume. So maybe it is clipping, but it would be weird to be clipping in the same spot over and over again. So I don't know, but those are my solutions that I haven't tried yet. So if you have any other solutions, please let me know.
Now let's give the people the data they need. Okay. You're running from the record player directly into your computer, or are you using like a USB device or something like that to capture?
Yeah, there's like if you just go to Amazon and search like RIP records, they'll sell you this cord that it looks like fancy. It looks like it's fucking high tech. It's from the future or something. But all it is just a USB that connects. Like it has a bunch of record player related jacks on the other side that you either, if you want to do the red and white, or if you just have the out headphone jack like I have on my rinky dink fancy Bluetooth record player, like you could use all that shit. So yeah, that's what it has. So
there's no box between that thing. Okay, so it's just a wire from the.
I mean, there's a quote unquote box connected to the wire that you buy. Like it's a little thing, and when you're ripping records, it has a light that blinks to know that it's working. But I mean, that's it.
And have you gone into the input device volumes and controls and effects?
You mean
So if you go into the Windows, you're in Windows, right?
Yep.
You go into Windows, you go into the settings, and there's like a place where you can dig into the recording devices, and they will have like audio enhancements, and they'll have voice focus, and they'll have like microphone volume and all kinds of other settings that can get wrecked when the updates happen.
Yeah, I looked and I couldn't really find anything that seemed out of place, but I could look again. But maybe
there's also a button in there to just reset all sound settings, which you could do if you're crazy.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just reset all sound and see if that does anything.
All right, I'll send you some cool screenshots later. Some really cool screenshots. Maybe we can figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna IT this. But if anybody else has had this problem, please let me know, because I don't like. I was ready to buy a new record player, and I was just like, I don't think it's the record player, and it's not the computer, and it's not the cord, so it's a ghost. Like a ghost is doing this, so I have to assume it was some fucking Windows update or something that is doing this. So
we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get this thing done. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna send you a very sketchy link to take control of your computer. Like
we'll use Rustdesk right in there.
Scott's gonna be able to browse all my saved pornos under church papers. My folder named Church Papers. We'll be able to see all my pornos that I have saved on my hard drive. Okay. So I guess we could shout out some names from our Patreon, our ever-dwindling Patreon names.
Yeah.
Mouth of Infinity, thank you. Keenan, thank you. Oh, I forgot that they cut off the fucking names. Forgot about this problem. Cocksucker.
We're unprepared.
Yeah. Dave R, thank you. Chris B, thank you. Philip L, thank you. Sawyer, as always, thank you. What's the 7-inch Dave? Thank you. Aaron, our friend Aaron, thank you. I have a story that kind of relates to Aaron, but I gotta do more research on it. I don't want to bust it out today because I'm working on an expose. So. Okay. Aaron just plays a small part in it. It's not like about Aaron, but I'm working on an expose. So we'll get back to that maybe next week. Fred Durst, as always, thank you. Listener Subi, Day One Guy, thank you. John Torn, thank you. John Torn finally played Hellfest. I saw pictures. Nice. Hellfest happened. It looked awkward. It didn't look awkward for Recon. There was like a lot of people there, but I saw like footage of Disembodied, and it was like when the wrong bands do reunions. I'm sure it wasn't like that. I'm sure it was the footage, but it was like it looked bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they played at like 10 a.m. I don't know, but it didn't look fun. Zach C, thank you as always. Eric S, thank you. Eric H, thank you. Dan G, thank you. Fritz, thank you. Will Ferrell, Big Money Hustler, as always, thank you. Spirit Killer, the band, and the guy, thank you. They're in the No Limit on the Words. Well, actually, it's Endicott, but Charles is in both bands. Thank you. I got the Spirit Killer LP. I got it in the mail. I can't rip it, but I got it. But someday I'll be able to rip it. Maybe. Joshua N, thank you. KC, thank you. Dave V 666, thank you. Nicholas T, thank you. Phil and Salmo, as always, thank you. Charlie Daniels. I was almost said Charlie D as if we had a predicted name. Thank you, Charlie Daniels. Ground Zero Salem,
Chuck
thank
D.
you. Ed S, thank you. Cheech, thank you. Dave State of Mind, we'll be talking about State of Mind in a second, thank you. Dan B, another day one guy, thank you. Switchblade, thank you. 311, never forget. Matt D, thank you. Jonah, thank you. Jonah B, thank you. I saw I don't know, I think it's in September, him and his sister Vanessa are doing a version of their podcast like live in Cleveland, which is where they're from. So I won't be there, but I mean that sounds pretty cool. So if you're a fan of How Did We Get Weird or Jonah or Vanessa Bear, then go check out their live podcast in Cleveland, because that sounds pretty fun. I think it's in September. Brian, thank you. Emma and Maddo, thank you. Commissar, thank you. Jason K, thank you. Somebody just typed in a bunch of letters like they couldn't be bothered with putting their name. Thank you.
Wow,
anyway.
why is it asking me all this information?
I like that. You're the patron of the month guy. Whoever just typed in a bunch of letters for a name. Thank you. That's great. Maybe they had something like really embarrassing in there. They're like, maybe it's the piss guy or the fucking guy with the shitty name. And he's like, I'm just gonna type in a bunch of letters.
They stopped by the computer real quick to pay us some money. Like, I could get for 7-inch club a few bucks. I'm in a hurry though. I gotta go.
Chris, the guy I went to school, Jumping John Elway, thank you. Spider One from the band Power Man 5000, thank you. Fiel Riel, thank you. Troy Blood on Bean, thank you. Chris R, thank you. Joe Cam still hanging in there, thank you. J.E., thank you. Zachary W, thank you. Scott J, thank you. Aaron with 1A, thank you. Jason W, thank you. Mr. Chevyshev, as always, thank you. Is there more on another page?
Had a little exchange this week with Scott about his nachos. It was a great exchange.
Oh, his helmet full
nachos. Helmet full of nachos. I didn't realize that's a full-sized human helmet. I thought it was like one of those little Sunday helmets or something.
Yeah, not to get too behind the scenes, but I talked about Welf about that a long time ago, that's Scott's move, as he goes to baseball games and just gets a full helmet full of nachos, which, I mean, I go to baseball games. I would do it like once, but doing it every single time, I respect that. I respect being like, I'm going to go to a baseball game and get the full human helmet size of nachos and just eat it for myself. That's a good move.
Hey, why not?
Alex B, thank you. Gareth W, thank you. Breaking Edge on Zima, thank you. Ben K, thank you. Iman, thank you. Chase T, thank you. Cody B, thank you. Jeff L, thank you. Damien from As Friends Russ, thank you. David R, thank you. GMG, thank you. J Money, thank you. Mosh Pit is a steamroller? Yes, Mosh Pit Steamroller, thank you. Manzer Faust Productions, thank you. Kevin B from the band No Division also got their record, which I also cannot rip, but I do have the record. It's I took a picture of it just for proof that I do own it. Ted Napkin, thank you. Matt H, thank you. Seth, thank you. George, thank you. R Kid, thank you. On the Lips, please, thank you. Jeffrey R, thank you. No Limit on the Words. We already gave him enough promotion, but go get his new zine. It's No Limit on the Words on Instagram, and I think he has all the links there, so you go check it out. Dillinger Escape Plan, thank you. Contraceptron, thank you. John A, thank you. Giro Breath, thank you. Justin W, thank you. Marty and Sarah, still kicking in some money, thank you, Marty and Sarah. Bring Back Virtual Pros, you coward, thank you. Apartment 13, Phil, thank you, from the band Inkwell. Burnt by the Runs. No, he's still here. He still has the horrible name. So it's just another guy who just voided his own name.
Topical this month, though. You guys
maybe it was too much doxing. Maybe just saying his first name and last initial, whoever it was like, this is too much. I'm gonna. This is too much. Real Chris Piss, thank you. Face Ride, thank you. And Platts Pat. Still no confirmation if Platts Pat is from Plattsburgh, and he is not written in a Plattsburgh scene report yet, but hopefully someday we will get to Skinny on Platts Pat and his deal. But
just comment on this episode in Patreon, man. Just let me know. Are you talking about Platt's Place on Wolf Road next to the Swiss Chalet Inn? That's what I want to know.
Is the Swiss Chalet still active?
No, it's long. All that stuff is way gone. But Platt's was amazing, though. They gave you like a soap bar of beef on your sandwich. It was like a big, thick bite of beef on your sandwich. It was great.
Maybe you work there. Maybe it's the owner. Platt's, Pat, we have so many questions, and you are denying us any answers. So you got to
be in your 60s or 70s if you own Platt's Place. Glad to have you with us, man.
And also, of course, thank you to all of our $2 patrons. That helps too. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for, supporting the scene.
But yeah, those of you who dropped out, man, Will Ferrell's still with us. He's got a lot of mouths to feed. He's got a lot of business to attend to. He's a very busy man. He still gets us $5 a month, no problem.
Okay, before we get into the main event, we have to talk about our friend at stateofmindrecordings.com. Stateofmindrecordings.com is a website on the internet, is also a distro and a record label, and they sell new records and old records and also other things, and they sell them all for very cheap prices, as well as very cheap $5 flat rate shipping, so you can just pile on a ton of records and get it all for $5 mailed to you. You can't beat that anywhere. And every week I like to feature a record he's selling. This is kind of, usually it's stupid shit. This is kind of a serious one because I figured this went with what we're talking about tonight. And it is the band Cro-Mags and their little known record Age of Quarrel on Atomic Ash Splatter vinyl for $25.95. He also had
too much to pay for the
yes. Yes, they also have I don't know, they have like other Cro-Mags where it's like, I think it's like Age of Quarrel and like another thing combined. I don't know, they're one of those bands that release like 2 records. They're like Joy Division, where they release like 2 real records and they just keep squeezing. They squeeze the juice. They just squeeze that rag. And so he has other Cro-Mags records, but I don't know what they are, so I can't recommend them. But Cro-Mags Age of Quarrel, you probably don't need it. You probably heard it enough, but he has it. And I have noticed it is $25.95, which to me is too much money. But I've noticed it is one of those records where I go to a record store and there's always a new version, and it's always $37. And I'm like, who's paying $37 for the fucking Cro-Mags record? So I think $25.95 is a deal at this point. So if you still need the Cro-Mags Age of Quarrel in your collection on a cool color variant, get it now for $25.95 because it's going to keep going up. It's never going to be $8 again. That's not going to happen. So pick up this Cro-Mags if you still need it, if you're one of those people.
Yeah, now that I have to price records for part of my living, I understand, and I don't blame. We're not blaming Mr. State of Mind for that price. I'm not saying it's too expensive because that's how it is now. Yeah, like I want to keep things nice and cheap. I put plenty of cheap stuff out, but if someone is going to get $22 for Fleetwood Mac Rumors, I want it to be me. I want that money. I want that money, so pay me that money. So today I took a look at Quicksand Distant Populations. It was on my front page. It's a few years old now. It's getting kind of long in the tooth. This is too late to be discovering Quicksand, I think. But I didn't listen very carefully to any of the new Quicksands when they came out because I never liked anything Walter did after Slip. Like, I don't even like Manic Compression that much. It's okay, but it's like Slip and Manic Compression, and then we taper off rapidly. Yes, I didn't like World's Fastest Car. I didn't like Rival Schools in the walking thing he did. I didn't really like that. So I assumed that when Quicksand got back together, they'd be tainted by that. And the first couple sets they did live, like there was like those, I don't know if they were on TV or something like that. There was like a live thing that came out very early in their reunion. And I was like, oh yeah, it sounds like the singer of Rival Schools with a less distorted Quicksand, which just wasn't really my thing. But yeah, I had to take some time with it. So I listened to Distant Populations. It's not too bad. It's not bad. I'm right though.
I do think it's their most tolerable thing since they've started making new music. So yeah, there's some good like space rock on it. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of great Quicksand on it, but there's kind of like in the same neighborhood as like those early Cave-In space rock records where they do the echoey vocals and the kind of the big heavy guitars. It's not too bad. I think when they double up his voice and make it spacey, it's kind of cool. But it just kind of made me feel like maybe we were just in the right place and the right time for Slip. Like
I think maybe Walter was just going through some kind of transition and happened to exactly align with my needs in 1993. And it was just a lucky break. Because I don't think it was anything he meant to do. I don't think he meant to make Quicksand. I think he was trying to do something else and just made something that sounded like that almost on accident. So, this week, pick something you've been meaning to get around to. Knock it off your list. Get through the old backlog. Shake out the cobwebs and do something new. You'll feel better, especially if like me, if you find out that you're right. It's going to make you feel great. It's going to make you feel very tall this week. So check that out.
There you go, stateofmindrecordings.com. And now we are talking about the record we're here to talk about, and it's the band Gut Instinct and their 7-inch Disturbing the Peace, originally from 1990 on Cornerstone Productions, later in 2005, repressed by A389 Records. This was actually recommended by Alex Worldwide Keller from the 95 to Life podcast that we've both been on. I didn't see Alex's name in the $5 patrons, actually. So,
son of a bitch.
He might be a $2 patron though. I don't ever look at those names. So, but he got his request in here. We finally achieved the Gut Instinct. He's like, I don't need to pay these guys anymore. But either way, go check out 95 to Life, where he review with a guest each week reviews. Not each week. I think it's staggered a little, but they review all movies from 1995. So go check that out. But he recommended this Gut Instinct, and I'm a hardcore poser because I'm older than Alex, and I'm more hardcore than Alex, of course. And I never knew about this band, and I feel like a real poser. So. But yeah, Gut Instinct was a band from Baltimore, Maryland, and they were like the first hardcore band from Baltimore, Maryland. At least this style of hardcore, like the kind of metallic, heavy, angry New York influenced hardcore. They were the first. So I never knew that. So Alex taught me this, and they have an interesting original record cover and an interesting repressed record cover too. So he wanted us to talk about the repressed version because there's a story inside that. So, but we'll go over them both because they're both worthy of talking about. But yeah, they were a band from Baltimore, and they kind of just like influenced the entire scene of Baltimore. I don't think a lot of bands would exist without them. Like, I'm sure Next Step Up would have never came around, or Stout, or any of those bands, those really heavy, angry bands from Baltimore. I think this, and even today I found out, I don't know if it's still going, but up until a few years ago, at least, there's a Disturbing the Peace Fest in Baltimore named after this record. So, they're still very highly touted there. They're a legendary band. They have sporadically gotten back together for reunions here and there, including that Disturbing the Peace Fest in 2023. They had very little output, though. They had the 7-inch, and they had a couple demos, and they have a discography collecting it that came out in 2007. But that's it. That was it. They kind of just left their mark and bounced. So we'll be talking about the people in this band, but unfortunately I usually do this through Discogs, and I just remembered I don't think it has them on Discogs, so I'm gonna have to remember everything from the top of my head. So the singer was a guy named Sebastian Gargone. There's an interview with Mike Caver and Mike Lars, who played guitar and bass on a podcast called Getting It Out, that you could see, and this is where I got all my information from, because despite these guys being this legendary band, I assume they're not they're older. This is for 1990. I don't think they're the type of, they have internet, like social media, but they're not the guys that are like on social media. So there's not like a lot of information about these guys outside of that one interview. But from what that one interview, I called that Sebastian, I think, went to school in Baltimore. He's originally from New York, so he was kind of like what they were looking for in a singer, because they were trying to do this harder edge Cro-Mags influenced hardcore. So they had Sebastian join the band. As far as what he's up to now, I don't really fucking know. He has like a closed Facebook. That band, the set that I think featured the Bad Man from Turnstile, they like immediately kicked out after like the first show. He did guest vocals on one of their songs. It's like, a tribute, like, we're gonna shout out Gut Instinct, so let's get this guy on a song. But outside of that, you can see some clips of him talking about Gut Instinct, and you could obviously see clips of the reunion and stuff like that. But I have no idea what he's doing outside of that. He doesn't live in Baltimore anymore, but I think he still is sort of close by.
So almost all of his search results are about the set, which is unfortunate for him, given probably I assume the state of that band.
Yeah.
But if you keep scrolling, You can delight in the reveal that I believe Sebastian runs Mrs. Sam's Bait and Tackle Shop in East Hampton, New York, on Long Island. There's a whole article written about the state of the Long Island bait and tackle economy during COVID. So, maybe it's been a few years, so maybe he's out. Maybe he's out of the bait and tackle game. I don't know. But I just want to read this because we'll never get any words like this on this show again. This is my only chance to say some shit like this. Porgy fishing remains excellent in many local spots at Gardiner's Island, said Gorgon. The fish are big and hungry. The veteran shop owner said that fluke fishing had picked up, in particular the Napeague and Akabanok areas, and blowfish are still around. Plenty of porgies found everywhere. Bass and blues are keeping folks happy, and the bite from the ocean shore of the Napeague has been hot of late. Fluke action picked up nicely on the bay side of Napeague, and there are shad everywhere too. Plus the bluefin tuna bite south and west of Montauk continues. Very sexy chat about the fish and the fishing opportunities. Wherever the hell those places are, I don't even know how to pronounce half the words I just said. I don't get to talk about porgy a lot though, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, he seems to be running a bait shop.
That makes sense. Yeah, because his picture on his Facebook is a place like that, but I didn't understand that. I didn't put that together because I wasn't like, maybe this guy owns a bait shop. So that makes sense.
I had meant to read that whole thing in a sexy voice and forgot. That was the point of me reading it, because towards the end when it's all about getting bitten and getting hot, I was like,
Mike Caver played bass. I don't know much about him except I think he still lives around Baltimore, and he is now very into house music.
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's like a DJ or he just really loves house music, but I mean, I think he still likes hardcore too, but he's if you go to his Facebook, he really likes house music. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool transition when you're an older man and you need something to listen to that's not angry. So
yeah, there's like a cutoff point. Like he posts lots of old hardcore flyers and Gut Instinct content for years and years. And then he's just like, no, house music from now on. That's what I'm doing now. And I was looking between the flyers, trying to figure out if there's a name on there or a phone number, or like maybe he's part of the production company. I think he just likes it. He's just into the scene. He posted exactly one JPEG of himself in scrubs. So I'm going to go ahead and guess he does something medical for a living. That's the best we can do.
Next up was Mike Lars, who played guitar. I have no idea what he's up to. That Getting It Out interview was good at covering the history of Gut Instinct, but not very good at covering anything these guys are up to, including when, Mike repeatedly says, now that I'm living out here, and he never says where that out here is, but it's far enough away from Baltimore to be a flight. And from what I gather from that interview, I think Gut Instinct ended up breaking up because he wanted to either go to university or just grad school. So he went to grad school, so he might be doing something big time too. So
it appears that Mike and his wife run a dog rescue and that they've done it for many years. And a post on their page says they've saved well over 6,000 dogs. And that was actually a few years ago. So that's nice. Unfortunately, Mike seems to have stopped posting in 2020 after Trump lost the election because that was a big disappointment to him. So I don't think we really want to know what he was posting in the last 6 years.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy from the interview, but maybe not. Lastly is Grant Sheehan, who played drums. From what I gather, he is the guy that shows up on LinkedIn that is listed as like a freelance producer. Because Grant has seemingly had the same haircut his entire life. And you can see that haircut kind of in his LinkedIn picture. So that I'm pretty sure that's him. I think it says he had like some credits on like The Biggest Loser or something. So that's pretty cool. But he's out in LA doing some producing.
Yeah, it seems like he does short commercials and reels and stuff for that things online that look intentionally like reality TV. Like he's really good at that reality TV editing style. So I think his job is to make, internet-y things look like reality TV. He doesn't have a ton linked on his Facebook, but he has a reel about some strip club from many years ago that is like perfect 2010s like Storage Wars type reality TV edited clip. It's absolutely perfect. I also noted that he still has his alt metal mohawk from 30 years ago. It's like nothing has ever happened in between.
There's something on his LinkedIn about tribal something or other, so maybe he's a native, and so maybe it's okay for him to have that haircut his whole life. So you got that. That's Gut Instinct. This was originally on a record label called Cornerstone Productions from Virginia that put out exactly two things. This was their first release, and the second thing was a band called Initial Reaction, who was straight up in 1990 using advanced graffiti on their cover of their 7-inch in 1990. Like this is pretty fucking advanced because this is obviously hand drawn, and yeah. So maybe someday we'll do initial reaction. It's too expensive for me to buy, so maybe they'll be in my record ripping hiatus. I don't know, but I got to see what all of this graffiti is about. And they have a song. Their first track on the record is called "Bustin' Out." So and their last track is called 12 Gauge. So this has to be a good band. Yeah. Outside of that, this was repressed in 2005 on A389 Records. I don't think I really need to go talk about A389 Records. They're from Baltimore. They also have it's this dude Dom who runs it. You know if you're listening to this podcast. He also has a lot of Troy Core connections. So when we did that Troy Core episode a while ago, we talked for a while. Very nice guy. But yeah, I mean, he put out a lot of stuff that I love. Obviously, put out like Gehenna stuff. Also put out a lot of hard man stuff that I could do without, but I think we covered the Pulling T7, so we talked about A389 a long time ago. But they're still around in some form. They're not busting out 37 releases a year like they used to, but you know they'll come together to repress that Dying Breed, repress that Cold as Life. Like they're if you're an old tough man band who does not have an email address, or if you do, it's a Hotmail. Dom might be coming knocking on your door wanting to repress your record for these younger kids. So that's what he's up to these days.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about Cornerstone. I did a lot of work. I thought maybe they were just the kids from Initial Reaction because they're from the neighborhood. Yeah. But no, there's no connection. Nothing on the address. Nothing. So there's nothing about them. A389, I'm not sure if they're still around because it looks like all the social media is gone. All the socials are deleted or inactive. All of the merch that's for sale on his big cartel or whatever is all like, it says leftovers or something like that, and there's only a few left. All the posts say that there's only like 25 left of anything that's on the label, and it seems like they just put out the Slumlords thing and maybe that's it. And the Slumlord things just came out. It just came out like a couple months ago. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's just going on hibernation, or maybe you guys pissed him off. Maybe you guys contacted him too much about that Slumlords, and he doesn't want to hear from me anymore, or whatever.
I think that's his deal. I think he just like represses the stuff and puts it on his big cartel real quick. It sells out, and then he disappears for a few more months. Yeah. So yeah.
But he's gone because he used to be in he was in our Facebook group, and he responds to things on Instagram. It's all gone. It's like it was never there.
Yeah. You got sick of that shit. I understand. Social media sucks. I understand, man. So, but yeah. So now I guess we can get this record out onto a tray. It's a virtual tray, and it is 2 records, really. So the original cover is kind of infamous because the band name is spelled wrong on it. It's another graffiti cover. Not as advanced as an Initial Reaction. It's still advanced for 1990 though. But yeah, I guess whoever designed it spelled gut instinct with missing a T, and they just had to go with it because it's 1990. You can't do nothing. You're just you're printing these records. It's apparently not worth as much as I would think it would be worth with something like this. No, yeah, it's worth a decent amount. This is kind of a collectible record. So yeah, it is worth something. Let me see. I didn't actually look in the inside of the original record. Yeah, so I don't know because I'm just looking at scans on Discogs, so I don't know, but I think it's just like a record with no insert back then. And they use there's some advanced graffiti on the label of the record. That's some advanced graffiti. Then on the other side, it's just the cowboy font with Gun Instinct Disturbing the Peace and Cornerstone Productions. So you got that. Obviously, A389, they repressed this. I think they did a couple represses where they did one that's the original cover, but they spelled the name right this time. And then they did a different cover, which is, the A389 has great design work. So it's a bunch of rabid dogs. I don't know who drew this, but it looks very, very familiar art-wise, but I don't know who drew it. It's a bunch of rabid dogs, or maybe even rabid hounds or coyotes or something. and they're like, I don't even know what they're doing. They're just partying maybe. And it says Gut Instinct and shittier graffiti than it does on the original cover. But I think that's the point, because it still looks like they managed to capture the essence of 1990 while actually using good art. Even the disturbing the pieces in like one of those fonts that no one has used past 1993. So they he did a good job, whoever did the redesign, of making this look modern yet still very old. You get the lyrics in there written in a pseudo graffiti font. It might even be handwritten. You get a collage picture of all the band members playing their instruments, looking cool. And then you get the story that was it by Grant? I think it's Grant who tells the story. Yes, Grant. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. It just kind of goes over what happened when they recorded this 7-inch. It's a page long. He just talks about how he didn't even remember a soundboard being at the recording place they went to, and he talks about how they didn't spell their own name right on the record. He seems to be very in good spirits about the whole thing. It's a pretty cool story. Obviously, when we post the scans on the Instagram, you'll be able to read it yourself if you haven't read it before. It's good story, and I think if you're going to be one of these bands that's kind of maybe obscure to most of the nation, outside of your region and maybe some adjacent regions, make the person in the band tell a story and put it in a page in the record, because you're going to charge $8 to $10 to $12 for a 7-inch. Give me a story. Yep. So I'm glad they did that. It's a good story, and I said it's a good story like 7 times. I'm sorry. It's like the first time I did a fucking podcast. Good stories. It's great. This music is pretty good. I like this music. It's pretty good. But
it's fresh. It's fresh. It's green. It's fresh.
It's the fucking salad's getting in my brain already. I'm getting the brain worms from the salad. But no, it's a good package. Like, it's a good way to repress something. I don't know if you're a purist and you're like, no, I need that original Gut Instinct record cover. Yeah. I prefer, obviously the older version has its merits, typo or not. It's, it looks very 1990, but I do prefer this 2005 press with the wild hounds on it, because it still looks old while being modern and done well. So I like that. I like the story. I think this is a good package for a repress. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, the original is like no surprises kind of affair. Like you know what you're getting, exactly what you're getting with that record. This kind of graffiti cover, in my opinion, mostly only appeals to other graffiti people. Like, because someone like me, I don't necessarily see the virtue in what's going on there. It just looks great, like graffiti text on a crumbling wall. And astonishingly, their name is misspelled. But it's kind of weird because, first of all, the part where they misspelled the name is the less cool font. Like the sort of like disturbing the piece is written in what looks like tag, it looks like real graffiti hand. And then Gut Instinct on the side of the wall is kind of just like a goofy, like a 12-year-old girl drawing in the margins of her notebook. And there's actually, if you zoom in, there's something weird next to the S. It's like a little arrow or something like that. So I'm wondering if they knew that they had messed up and were like, can I fit a T in there? And just started drawing. I'm like, oops, nope. And then they backed away. So I think there was something going on there. Either way, you're 100% assured that you've purchased a Goonie hardcore record. You did it. Yeah, you succeeded. The back cover is just kind of a blurry moss shot with it, like appears to be like a really obvious photocopy overlay of text. Like, I think this whole thing is just a photocopy with like a little piece of paper in front of it, and a very, very homely label on the record. The rodeo fonts are just part of it, because the whole thing is kind of pushed down like it's running off the page. The margins are all messed up. Excuse me. I don't think they misspelled their name on the graffiti side. I think that looks fine. It's fine. It advertises what the record is, and it's something that our friend Drug Dogs, he probably really likes shit like this. This is probably really good for him. But the new version, which according to the Bandcamp is the original version, this is what they intended to put out, I guess. This is an artist named Linus Garces. He's like a Baltimore guy. I'm going to assume he's a graffiti guy, maybe. But I guess this is what they were supposed to have on there. And so we get, Terminator rat wolves. They're like, their flesh is peeling and they have robot armor, or they have robot endoskeletons under their fur. And they're on their way to Baltimore, which we can tell because of the most timid road sign in hardcore history. Like there's a lot of road signs on hardcore covers. This is the most timid one I've ever seen. It just says Baltimore in the tiniest little font. The colors look like you found like a wet old copy of Famous Monsters in an alley, or like a chick tract or something like that. They're like really washed out, kind of interesting colors. One of the animals is crouched down, about to do a playful pounce. It's like the cat is chasing the laser. So we're having a good time with these hell beasts. We're actually having a great time. The whole lyric sheet is written in tag, which sucks for people with eyes, but I mean, I've seen worse. You can read it. It's a tough decision. The band photo page is pretty cool. They arranged some nice clear photos in kind of like a Ben Grimm rock pattern. Yeah. And that looks pretty awesome. And then the story is obviously amazing. It's good. It's fresh. It's green. It's well written. It is really well written, and it packs a punch. It's like, it's got beats, it's real good. Yeah. And if you poke around in the various Gut Instinct hideouts online, they also mention Dave Brown more than once, and he'll just show up and he knows everything about the band. I don't think he was in the band. He's just some guy who knows everything about Gut Instinct. And they ask obscure questions. He pops up and he knows the answers. The gray vinyl has been A3, A9'd a little bit. It's got some gothic metal graphics. Bears almost no relationship to any other portion of the Gut Instinct aesthetic. There's nothing on the record that makes any sense. That's cool. They deserve to have at least one nice thing. They have this one nice thing. But yeah, I think this is a fantastic reimagining. I don't know, what would have happened if they put this out first. Cause I think this, I'm sure that the original record did okay, but this probably would have done pretty well if they put the Wolf version out. Cause I would have bought something like this when I was that age.
And there you have it. There's the package. So now we can get into the music in record time. We're clipping through this. So this is 4 tracks from 1990. I should say that Alex said that, he's like, it's pretty tough for 1989, 1990. So it was pretty tough stuff. So that's what I was expecting. Did not disappoint. So first track is called Rat Bastard.
You, you're my list to rest.
hear the recording, and it definitely sounds like a not so great recording from 1990. That's the first thing you notice. Singer Sebastian is doing the kind of the old school New York carnival barker voice, more like a wartime manner. Boy needs help, and I need a car. Doing that type of singing, which I never really thought maybe all these guys are trying to be John Joseph. I don't know. Cro-Mags is like a thing that I don't really care about, but I never really put it like maybe that's all these guys were trying to ape. But I kind of like this when old people do it. Like, in 1990, this is fine. I think this is cool. But if I heard somebody trying to sing like this now, I'd be like, what are you doing, dude? We have progressed past trying to sing like this. So I think they're doing Cro-Mags influence thing, or just maybe metal influence hardcore. It talked about in that interview. They talked about how I think Grant and one of the Mikes were in a band called White Noise before this, and they were like a thrash metal band. So I think that's where the metal influence comes from. I think the biggest takeaway about this particular song is that the drummer doesn't really care that the guitarist only knows one riff, and still goes nuts on drums the entire song, despite the drummer kind of just doing this one droning riff that kind of sounds like a dying car alarm from far away. It just goes, It's almost industrial. You put a drum machine, you take Grant's drums out, you put a drum machine behind this, you might have an industrial song.
Yeah.
It also includes the choice lyrics. Payback is a bitch. You can't afford the price. Collection time has come. Your money or your life. That is some hard shit.
Yep.
And at the end, I like that they just do a hard stop on the record button. Everything's
all done.
Everything's ringing out, and they're like, nope. And then,
what are you doing? Song's over.
Time is money, guys. We gotta go move on to the next song. So, not the greatest intro track, but it's pretty entertaining. I liked it.
So there's two rips of this on YouTube that I found. One's by someone named Curb Stomp something, and the other is the official A389 version. The Curb Stomp guy says that he uploaded the original because he thinks it's punchier, and I think he's right. So the old, if you want the better, I wouldn't say better, but a punchier sound, you got to get that misspelled graffiti version.
What version do you think I sent? What is that?
You sent the one with the wolves, right? So
I don't know. I just took it from Discogs. I don't. It's a video. The video has the wolves on it. So
so that's probably the official A389 rip. That's on there. It's a little thinner. It's like a little extra. It's almost ethereal. It's real Enya style. So right off the bat, this sounds really local to me. This sounds like way older to me than 1990. But that could just be me. It could be a false memory, because to me, this stuff sounded like when I would see tapes and 7 inches like this when I was young, it looked impossibly old to me. When I was like a young hardcoresman just blossoming in the early 90s, these records look like they were from the 70s, and they're from like 88, 89. It's not that big a gap, but so 1990, maybe that's the right time period, but it just seems old. And it makes me think of like the really angry, like the super local angry metal bands who had heard of Agnostic Front and Cro-Mags and stuff before everyone else, and they got the jump on that sound. And maybe they're like friends with Biohazard too, just because they were around early, but didn't end up in the scene. Like there's a lot of Albany bands like that. There was like bands like Attica and stuff like that, where they were playing hardcore influenced metal, but they didn't end up as like like hardcore bands. Yeah, they just were in this like orphaned fight rock band from 1989 with their own scene. Symptom Hate was another one. There was a bunch of bands that were like that. They were kind of like, groove metal-y, but also hardcore-y, and just, they weren't part of the Albany hardcore scene. And it even has the tough lunkhead wordplay, like Mike said. These kind of bands love that shit. Collection is due, boy. He even does that. He does the like payback is a bitch, boy. They just think that that's amazing. The gang vocals on this track are fucking sick. They're so good. You rat bastard. That hits like a sledgehammer, and I didn't see it because I was like, this is gonna be dumb. And then they got to the chorus, like sold, awesome, fucking rules. I think this song overstays its welcome.
I think they all do.
This is a problem with this era. Is I think bands who are kind of feeling out how you play metallic hardcore just thought you had to play the song 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
Like that's how you write a song is you write 3 parts and then you play them 3 times in a row. Didn't need to. You could have actually just ended after the gang vocals, or you could have just done the gang vocals for 2 minutes. If you just want to do the chorus for 2 minutes, that would have been great.
Next up is the band's titular track, Gut Instinct. This is the one track that really highlights this unique bass sound that they've cultivated. That is you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna find this bass sound in any other band in the world. So savor it, because it's not a bass that should be in a hardcore band, but it is here. This also starts. This is the first of possibly 2 tracks that starts off with a vaguely sounding Kiss riff, which is a weird move for a metallic hardcore band to be like, I'm influenced by Kiss, so I'm going to do this riff from Strutter. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is. But they do stop the Kiss riff after a while to do a real stomper with a very cool chorus, which is bats, bottles, bodies, blood, violence, police, billy clubs. That is a great chorus. Great gang vocals. And then he continues, here I go again, just me and my friends. We're up against a bunch of assholes again. That might be my new favorite line from a hardcore song. It's just so funny because he says it so matter-of-factly, like we're up against a bunch of assholes again. And it's not like...
shit, here we go again.
Yeah, it's not like, it doesn't sound tough when you call people assholes. It just sounds funny. So it's good. Like, but yeah, he repeats it many times, so it's good. Later on in the the track. There's a real skate or die riff in this, which is, I guess, like because they were in the fucking late 80s and they're probably still doing thrash metal, but it's a real like skate or die ass 720 riff in that, so that's pretty cool. Drummer is still completely going off despite the differing skill levels in the other instruments. He does not care. He's going to go off no matter what. He's not going to wait for them to catch up. He's just going to play his parts. Scott just said this is the last song, but this song's a bit too long. Kind of just repeats most of it over and over again. But with Mike Ripes, this is the superior side on this record. I think both of these songs are pretty great.
Yeah. So this song rolls in on some very unexpected sounds. It's the double kick. Wasn't expecting double kick pedal, and definitely the bass has. It wouldn't say it. It doesn't sound like they just put a microphone in front of an unplugged bass. It's plugged in, but it's like they just turn all the knobs away. No one would ever turn them. So it's going. It's a funny sound. It's kind of a double kick and strange bass guitar fantasy intro, and then bam, they hit you with almost exactly the same chorus as the last song. I like Gut Instinct. Gut Instinct just thinks this is part of music. Like, this is the part that goes in every song. This is how a chorus sounds. You rat bastard. My gut instinct. It's the same thing. Well, actually, but this one, they add some super space effects. I forgot. So this one, when they say Gut Instinct, there's like there's some like spacey echo effects on it. And so you're on the disco ride for this one. You're spinning around on the rock and roll ride at the fair, and Gut Instinct is playing because it's all echoey. So after the chorus, it goes into a mega heavy stomp, and it's not just sonically heavy. This is the part about getting hit with bats and blood and police. You're getting hit with police as well. That part is awesome. It's like thank God, because it happens a lot, but it's a really good part. It's really heavy. There's like I guess it's what Mike is calling the skate rock part. It's kind of like a gallop rock, almost like an Iron Maiden. And that's the part where Sebastian's like, hey, look, we didn't come here to fight. We're just here to have a good time. Like, just trouble just follows us around. Like, I don't really believe you guys. I think based on almost all the other songs, you're here to fight. It's what you guys are probably here to do. But it's such a sad sack part for it to be like the highlight of the song. And it's actually still a good part, and it should have ended the song. But like, once again, like Mike said, they just decided to keep playing the song on repeat until I feel like we're in a bad pattern with this idea, but hopefully it tapers off on side 2. We'll see.
Flip it over to side 2. The first track is called Off My Back.
But now I'm breaking free. I just want to off my back, grind you down in my attack, straight up on and straight up on. You're paying out because you're blind. You're lost in your head. I just want to off my back, grind you down in my attack, straight up on and straight up on. You'll fade out because you're blind.
So I think this is the closest they get to Cro-Mags on this record, is this track here. This is, I think, the only track where they don't just repeat the entire song over again. So it's pretty short given the rest of the tracks. And that's all my notes. The song is fine, and it's pretty normal given the 7-inch. Like, you hear this and you're like, huh, this is... I needed some pizzazz. You got pizzazz on all these other tracks, but this is pretty normal 1990 exploring metal influenced hardcore. It's I imagine this would be like, even though I think every single other song on this record is much more memorable, I think this is the one they would give to the record label to release as a single, because it's the most like plain hardcore record on this or most plain hardcore track on this record.
Yeah. So on the curb stomp rip of this record on YouTube, we are now 3 for 3 with every song sounding like a completely different production, like a totally different studio and band. It doesn't, like the A389 one thins it out a little bit. You don't hear it quite as much, but on the other rip, you hear it, that every song is totally different. This song is a little more coherent, just rhythmically. Like the singer, Sebastian, is kind of more on the beat on this song, and they're playing kind of an early hardcore street prowling riff, which is pretty good. So it's kind of like a real ass hardcore song. It's not bad. It is a little boring, but it's, it feels more, I don't know, it just feels more put together. And the song also basically has the same chorus again, but they hid the gang vocals at the end of the line. So instead of saying, "You rat bastard," it's, the gang vocals come at the end. They almost had me fooled, but I still hear that same chorus being in every song so far. This has very, like, incredibly generic young goon lyrics for my first goon band, where they can't tell whether they want to complain about like how bad your kind are, that you're pouring into the streets and you're plaguing the streets, or about how you're in charge and you're oppressing everyone. So you're either the government or you're like poor people. I don't know who you are. That's kind of how these songs go. But also you can't hold them back, and they're free and they're going to kill you. That's how free they are. They're going to kill you in this song. So it's like you'll see it when you read them. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen this song thousands of times. I get what you're saying. But as I think I've mentioned on the show before, one of my first actual functioning, guitar, bass, drums band was called Fist, and we lived on this shit. All of our songs were like this. All of our songs are about how nothing can help us but our fists. And it's the only release we can find in this busy life, is just punching things with our fists. I fucking love it, and I love it when these guys do it too. It's great.
The final track is the titular track, "Disturbing the Peace."
Disturbing the peace! Inside a world with no way to get out. Caught by all your views, you're ignorant, no doubt. Got a problem rising up with no good release. One way, just let me be, I'm trying to live in peace. I have come to set it straight. Expose the truth, I knew you fake. Drive you down to your knees. Glory the power, well, since the start of peace. You're trying to test my will. I'll take you straight to a face in the streets where it's real. Press your luck with me, you'll offer no escape. I'll snap you close in life, I'm dealing out your fate. I have come to set it straight. Expose the truth, I knew your fate. Drive you down to your knees. Glory the power, well, since the start of the peace.
This one also begins with a vaguely Kiss influenced riff. Then it goes into some pretty standard meat and potatoes, normal hardcore. And then they kind of go back and forth between this Kiss riff and the normal hardcore. Then they got a like real good circle pit part going, which I could imagine was probably very chaotic back then, because I think dancing was kind of new, especially they're like the first band in Baltimore, so I imagine they had some chaotic stuff, and then they turned that Kiss riff into the ultimate mosh part at the end.
Yeah.
And if you guys are longtime listeners, you'll know that's all I ask for the final tracks is you got to make an ultimate mosh part at the final track, and they do it. They have the ultimate mosh part. This is 1990, so they're ahead of the game, because there's bands in 2026 that don't know this, and they knew that they got to end well on a mosh part, and they do it. Still, overall, I think this side's a bit weaker than the first side. It's not as memorable, but it's a good way to end this record, though.
And it starts off with him going, "Disturb in the back," which is a great intro. The lyrics. So there's the only thing I'm going to say is that there's a funny thing in the lyric sheet. The lyric sheet says in the chorus that the last line is, "Y bound power will cease," like Y, the letter Y bound. And I assume that was a typo, but I'm pretty sure in the song he says "Y bound power will cease" when that's how he pronounces it. So either someone gave him the lyric sheet with the typo and he read it in the song and just plowed through, or they're using it looks like it's a real word, but like only from the Canterbury Tales. So they used a word from 7,000 years ago in this song to I don't know, be mystical or something like that. Chorus is pretty similar to the other three songs. It's fine, but yeah, I love at the end. It's kind of an awkward slam. It's like the real slam was still coming, but whoops, actually no, it's not. This is the slam. We're in it. We're in the slam. So a little awkward entry into it, but it is. It ends on a slam, so it checks all the boxes.
And there you have it. There is Gut Instinct's "Disturbing the Peace" album, or 7-inch from 1990 on Cornerstone Productions, later repressed on A389 in 2005. At the end of this, I like to do a little rating system where I say either throw it in the trash, listen to it on streaming, buy it in the bargain bin, buy it for collector's prices, or buy it for full price. You will be paying collector's prices if you want that typo cover. I don't think this the A389 version is not much cheaper, but it's a little cheaper. So this one is a little tough for me to grade, because it's very genuine. Like, this is no bullshit. These guys were the first guys in Baltimore to be like, we're going to be hard and make hard music. And they did. But at the same time, I think you got to be a special kind of person to want to listen to this in 2026. Like, you got to, like, I don't mind listening to it, but it's not something that I want to listen to every day.
Yeah.
But again, on the other side of the coin, I appreciate this more than people who make bands that want to sound like this, and like I said, ape with a Carnival Barker voice when we're way beyond that. I don't think anybody's going to try and like bite their sound, because it's not a good sound. But they're gonna bite it, like, and try and be purposely simplistic and stuff like that. So I like this more because it's genuine, but I just can't, unless you're a specific type of person, I just can't imagine wanting to listen to this on a regular basis. So I'm going to be right in the middle and say it's a good bargain bin record, even though it's obviously priced way higher than bargain bin. Obviously, it has its place. It's a very legendary band for a certain area of the country, and I really appreciate that. So, as far as, I guess, footprint, it's a collector's prices all day, but as far as listening, this is just like a bargain bin for me. But I always appreciate hearing stuff like this, especially like old hard music, because there was so much of it, and a lot of it has just been left in time, because a lot of people were like, oh, we don't need this anymore, and they left it behind. So I always like when this pops up, so I enjoyed listening to it. I just can't really recommend it unless you are a very specific type of person.
Yeah. So I took it a little easy this episode. This is like a 7-inch that I should have had a lot of material on one topic that I'd normally have feasted on, but I figured I'd save it up for one big Joe Rockhead at the end of the episode instead. The vocals on this record are nuts. They're pretty nuts. For a lot of this record, it's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool, but this kind of sounds like when your company has a holiday party and like Kenneth from BizDev decides he gets enough Bartles and James in him, and he's going to do some karaoke. and he dedicates Rage Against the Machine to his ex. And that's what this record sounds like. We've all been there. And now you can live there forever with this record. He's hell-bent on fitting all those words in. Sometimes they don't exactly fit, and he just goes, it's a lot to handle. He pushes all the words in there. I don't mind the local metalness of it's like very local metal sounding. I like that. Especially given the constraints of the recording. They recorded like blind, possibly without electricity in a backwoods Krishna compound, all those things. I think that's cool. The only downside is like the songs are kind of all similar. They all kind of do the same thing. They have the same chorus, gets a little one note. Now one of the uploads contains a couple bonus tracks, and I think, I don't know if they're unreleased or whatever, but the track No Trust would have fit really nicely on here. Just swap it in from one of the other side beat tracks. It would have been pretty cool. It's almost like a prong beat, and there's like and he's doing the same stuff, but he sounds less like a cartoon tiger in the vocals when he's singing. That's my suggestion for next lifetime, guys. Next time around, and you put this record out, put that song on. The old school goons, you're gonna like this. I guess there's nothing holding you back. You can just listen to this and feel like you're in 1990 and very tough. On the Tin Fish scale, it's not for me. It's not exactly for me. Does take me back to a far simpler time. Like I'm 13 or something in this timeline. I don't know anything. And this is like, I'm buying my guitar teacher's tape from Adirondack Strings, and I got to spend a good 20 minutes trying to make myself like it, 'cause I have a lesson tomorrow and he's going to ask me about it. That's what I feel like with this. So it's charming, but it's not that crucial for me to hear it twice. I'm glad I heard it once. It is fun. But I'm done. I did it. So I'll say the version with the robot rat dogs in the cover, that's a good 6.3 to 7 based on your temperament.
And there you have it. There's Gut Instinct Disturbing the Peace. Thank you, Alex, for recommending it. Thank you guys for listening to it. Please solve my record ripping problem. I need some answers. But like I said, until that gets solved, I don't want to say what I want to do next week, just in case I can't find it. But there's definitely a band that I've been really slacking on buying their 7-inch, and I really need Scott's opinion on this band. So
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Flotsam and Jetsam, yes. So hopefully I could find the 7. I assume it has to be. It has to be on the internet. I'm pretty sure it was even officially released on the internet. So, yeah. But I won't give it away until I know for sure I could find all the components to it. But I'm really, really dying to know Scott's opinion on this band. So until then, Scott, do you have any last words?
Flotsam and Jetsam was on my mind because Jason Newsted's band, the Chop House band, just came through.
You're the only old person in Albany that didn't go, I don't think.
Yeah. And a lot of people. I don't know if Jason just stood there for free because everybody got a picture with him. Yeah. We just like walked into the parking lot. I was like, "Hey guys, don't leave. I'm Jason Newsted from formerly of Metallica. Come hang out with me." But everybody did. I just want to brainstorm with people, like, if we let's think about how the First 7-Inch Club can get more money out of you guys. If we made it, like, just supposing, we're not going to do this probably, but if we did make a $10 tier, what do you want? Like, what's the extra thing? You want to see some balls? You want to see some dick?
Some helmet, a little helmet in the bush.
A little mushroom cap. What do you want? Like, what? I can't think of anything of value that we could do. And I'm not going to send you like a shirt or a sticker. We don't do that kind of shit. But like, what's a fun thing that we could stick on there that you'd say, yeah, that's worth $10. I don't imagine
probably
what that
nothing.
is.
I don't think there's going to be anything.
Probably nothing. But but vote with your dollar. Like, let us know. Like, if there's something that the First 7-Inch Club can do for you that's worth more money, because we want more money.
What is Jason Newsted's Chop House? Is this like a funk band? What is this?
I don't know. Like, our friend Tom Ace, I sort of asked him about it, and he kind of said it, that he said something artistic. Like, it sounds familiar, and it sounds, this and that, and it sounds like they do covers. So I think it's bar rock. I'm pretty sure he just made a bar rock band and decided to go on tour, and only a millionaire, I assume he's still a millionaire, only a millionaire who used to be in Metallica gets to do that. Gets to bring his like shitty, it's called Chop House. I call it, I'm sure I've said it on the show, but I call that kind of music steakhouse music, like steakhouse blues. It sounds like shit to me. I assume that's what it is because he just named the band Chop House. So it's probably someone's doing like Stevie Ray Vaughan licks somewhere on stage at some time. I assume it sucks. It's gotta suck. He kind of sucks. I mean, Jason Newsted kind of sucks,
Go check out Chop House on tour, guys. They're on tour right now in this beautiful country.
Yeah.
Okay, until then, fuck Charlie Daniels.
Fuck Charlie Daniels.
Thank